Let's see if this works. Oh yeah. I'm gonna start these out kind of rough. Car studio. There's a fly in this room. Where did you come from? So at first I thought that I would just get one of these out and eventually refine what these sort of video entries look like. And then I discovered I could adhere my phone to my rearview mirror using hair ties and sit in my passenger seat in a bright and sunny day on a park on the bay. And I think I really like this. So this is what these might look like. I don't know. I decided I wanted to start doing these as a way to communicate in long form about the works that I'm putting forward, because I don't think I'm getting it out in the way that it needs to be represented. I'm not sharing the stuff that I make, the stuff that I think about in the way that I could be. And isn't that what this is all about? Isn't that what making and consuming is all about? It's just sharing. So I'm an artist, and sound artist, musician, whatever you want to call it, writer, composer, whatever you want to call it, editor, sound engineer. All those play a role in what I'm going to be talking about in these entries as they pervade the work that I make. I'm working with Brian Matthews currently, an actor, director, producer, friend, collaborator, artist, activist, down in Florida. He's been commissioned to put on a piece at a theater in Jacksonville called Far Away, and I am currently writing a score for that. It's been a pretty wild process, and it's going to continue to be a pretty wild process. I got distracted. There are a couple beautiful boat-tailed grackles walking near me. They do this little waddle. It's really cute. They're near my car. So that play is about anything I say is going to be biased because it's a piece of abstract art, but I have consumed that. I have read that play to be about sort of the dissolution of communication, the way that we can use communication sort of as a weapon, I guess. Use storytelling sort of as a tool against each other. It tackles a lot of human fears, and I am writing some really interesting, really fun, new, scary, different abstract art, abstract writing. I wrote a hymn for it, by all accounts. Didn't really know I was going to do that, but that's what I've done. I'm writing, it's 3 scenes. It's a 3-act play. It's an hour long. Words don't mean anything. It's three scenes, 3 consecutive moments, I guess. I'm writing loops, weird, transient kind of loops that play off of this initial hymn, and so Brian and I have talked in depth about what that looks like and how that hymn helps to decide the score and the attitude, atmosphere of the play itself. So it's a really interesting, fun, very new collaboration for me. That'll be down in Jacksonville for 1 show. That's it. I believe that's in July. So I share that to talk about experience. It's obviously not an advertisement, because so many people will not be able to attend that, but to those who do, I will not be one of those people, but to those who do, I hope we represent it well. I'm excited to continue talking about that as it comes forward. The piece isn't finished yet, and the actors haven't even begun working with the hymn or the play. So I'll continue talking about that. So that's number one. We've got a couple to go. I'm working with Nava Waxman, a performance artist, an installation artist, painter in Toronto. I've created a set of very abstract, sort of gestural pieces of sound art. It's 5 variations on a motif, sort of playing off of the idea of some classical composition concepts, but abstracting until it becomes nothing. That will be in Toronto. I don't know when. Maybe it will travel. Who knows? We're not really sure what it's going to be yet, but it is something. And I've made 22 minutes of music for that, for her, which will be potentially for dancers, for movement of some sort. We're not really totally sure, but that's really exciting to be able to talk about. That piece, I hope to be able to share at some point, maybe to upload somewhere, for people to be able to listen. That piece was really enlightening, instructional to build. I learned a lot of really fascinating things constructing it for somebody, things that I wouldn't have learned otherwise. So I'm really grateful for that collaboration, and I look forward to continue talking about that as it comes forward. I'm going to keep saying that because a lot of these things are in their baby stages. I have been working with 277 Dance Project in New York. Nicole Philippidis is the choreographer, and we've been communicating for about a year, maybe a little over a year. And they're starting to build a choreography around some of the music that I've made in the past. So I'm not making anything new for them right now, but they're using some of the stuff that I have created already, both for and from Painted Soup music, and some of just the more experimental sound stuff that I've put forward. They've been building choreography in this beautiful way. It's really interesting to be an observer to their process, sort of from the fan point of view. I get to watch them and not necessarily be involved intricately in the process of their choreography and their building. They're building choreography and starting to take pieces of my music and starting to cut pieces of my music and shift things around to create new works, stuff, collages of my art that never existed, that couldn't exist without them. So I'm really excited about the types of new angles of myself I'm getting to see by seeing their work. In addition to that, on May 16th, I will be up in New York playing with them in some capacity. This is pretty brand new, and this invitation is brand new, so I'm not entirely certain what it's going to look like right now, but I'll keep you updated. I'll be playing. I'm not sure what. We're not totally certain yet, I think, but that's an event that I'm really looking forward to because it's so unknown. You know, I can book a gig playing my songs. I can book a gig making sound, and they're both sort of known, even the unknown elements, but this is great. This is exciting. It's something different, and I look forward to continue building these things that are so brand new. I think maybe I'll bring a guitar and my modular system. I think I can't go wrong with that. So hopefully some pretty sounds will come forward from that. Speaking of guitar and modular, I was approached by a YouTube sessions channel, I think. That's kind of how I would define them. Called Sadrday, S-A-D-R, sad. To do a small performance for them. I did it in an Airbnb in Philadelphia near Fairmount Park. My audience was the videographer and the landlady of the Airbnb, this very sweet old lady who wanted to listen and wanted to be present, but also wanted to be out of the way. And she pulled the chair halfway behind the wall into the next room, and I could see her half listening, like peeking by while I played. I played about 10 minutes set of my music, and then about, I don't even know how long, of some sound stuff. And then evidently I am a talker when I get into comfort talking about my art. So I maxed out the videographer's memory card while he was interviewing me afterwards. So I don't even know how long we talked, and I'm not even sure how much of that is usable. Kind of funny. I'm really excited to see what that looks like. They're doing some really fascinating stuff. That was a beautiful offering on their end. They're doing some really cool work, just trying to find new, up-and-coming, passionate artists. All over the country they're traveling. So I'll let you know when that comes forward. I haven't seen it yet. I don't know when it comes forward. No idea. That's pretty much it in the moment. Kind of. I just got done meeting with my close friend, collaborator, fellow learner, Brandon Havard. I've known for years and years. We've been dear friends, and he's a prominent YouTuber in the tech world, and a talented cinematographer and operator, editor. And I am really inspired by the conversation that we had today, where he talked about feeling like he's ready to make a shift in what he's doing, and not being held down by fear of changing, fear of people fearing his change. So I think that's the fourth thing, which is just to say, please keep your eyes and ears out for Brandon. He's making some amazing work, and he's got some amazing thoughts, and a lot of the stuff that he's going to be putting forward, I'll be working on. I'm really excited to be able to say that. I don't know exactly in what capacity that's going to be the case, but it's really nice to be able to work with good friends. So keep your eyes out. Speaking of good friends, I get to share this video with you. I am new to making videos of myself talking, but I guess I'm long-winded. And I feel like this is something I'm very excited to be able to create a window into hopefully a window into my process, and the opening of a conversation with anybody watching or listening to my music or following any of the work that I make, because one thing cannot exist without the other. We make to share, and we make to express our experience, which is always unique. And unique doesn't have to have the charge of intense superiority. It's just unique. We're just here experiencing. So I'm excited to share my experience and talk about some of the work that I'm doing, and I hope that finds somebody happy. I want to close out by mentioning other great collaborators that I love working with and love existing beside. Doug Lang. Currently, we are the band, the group Painted Soup, and the time that we've spent making that work, and the time we can continue making that work, and the time that we continue existing next to one another is amazing. And my greatest hope for any of that music or any of that art is that you can hear that you can hear friendship and love and admiration for all things. Claire Brower, I don't know if I should do this or this. I guess unofficially the third member of Painted Soup. I think everybody that I start to know will just become an unofficial member of Painted Soup until they're an official member. Claire is a beautiful collaborator and an incredible musician and artist and human to exist beside. So those are the two I want to thank right now. And I want to thank you for listening. Until next time.